Well, here we are. I'm at the Trailhead. I believe I want to say it's the Cave Creek connector. So that I'll go up. It's a short little way up to Pinhoti. I'll re-hike. Just a short bit that I did to the road last year. And then I will be on new trail. I crashed at my aunt and uncle's house last night near Atlanta, so that was cool. Appreciate that. It was nice to get clean, and it was actually weird sleeping in a bed, even though I've only not slept in bed for 3 nights. But so the other option was I thought about sleeping in my car, but where I'm at, it was supposed to be in the mid-20s. So, I mean, I could have gone up the trail a little ways. I know there is a campsite right where this trail and the Pinhoti split off. There's actually a pretty large campsite right there that I made note of last year. So I thought about that, but I sent out a text and they said, yeah, we'd love to have you come on. So went there, had a good time, got to catch up a little bit, and headed out this morning after I did some searching on GutHook and through the paper guides that I have to figure out what kind of mileage I wanted to do today, because I'm not going to try to get to Heflin today. It's going to be probably noon by the time I leave the car, so it's 30.3 miles. I'd be cruising to Heflin super late, so no need for that. Plus, it's supposed to rain starting at 8 last I checked. I'll check again before I head out, but I did actually drive through a little bit of precipitation on the way up here, so it is what it is. I mean, I've got gear for it, but I do have several water crossings here in my redneck trash bag gators. One of them at least has a hole in it, so might be getting wet, but the good thing is, last I checked on the forecast, we're not dropping into freezing temps tonight or tomorrow, so that should be good. So I may just cross and get my feet wet and just walk them dry. That worked yesterday when my foot did get wet on those at Cold Creek, so it is what it is. But so I'm gonna head out here in just a little bit. I think I'm gonna try and do about 10 miles to a campsite. I thought about just going to the shelter, but it's only 2.9. I mean, from this spot, it might be 3.5. That's just too early. I mean, unless I get there and there's just there's a bunch of other hikers or just some overwhelming reason to stop there. I mean, the only benefit to that is, like I said, it's supposed to rain tonight, so at least I wouldn't have to put up a wet tent, which my tent is actually probably damp anyway because it was frozen when I put it up. And I didn't want to undo my tent in someone's house with all the moisture and stuff in it. I should have actually aired my quilts out, and I didn't think about that, but it is what it is. So that's the plan. I'm going to try and do about 10 miles, so that'll leave about 20 for tomorrow. And I should be able to get that done with plenty of time, hopefully, to check in at City Hall, say hi to all the folks there and get my picture taken and all that fun stuff. And then once I get to the spur actually to go to Heflin, the trail will be officially done for me. I'll have done the whole trail, so that'll be pretty cool. Finish where I started, so that was kind of the plan I came up with for the trip, was let's just finish where we started in 2018. So let's do this leg last. So the weather's actually, it says it's 40 something. I guess up here I'm a little bit higher. It's still probably in the 40s. A little windy, and like I said, it's a little damp. It's kind of chilly out there, I noticed. So I may be hiking with the Cooey, heading out. I don't know. I may just start cold and see what happens. Probably the better bet. I have noticed, just an update on the Cooey, I have noticed some wear or some pilling spots from my straps on my pack and stuff. So that is something definitely to keep in mind. I don't have an R1 or anything like that, or a Melanzana, so I don't know how that compares, durability when wearing it with a pack. I don't know, but yeah, just keep abreast of it, and I'll keep you up to date on how it proceeds. So I've got another 30 miles to do with it, and then it'll be coming out again with me in March on a trip. And unless something weird happens, it'll be going on the AT again, and then hopefully in November I've got another trip planned, and hopefully it'll be coming with me then too. So all right, I'm gonna get everything together, and then I'm gonna head out. I'll keep you guys up to date. All right, we just picked up where we left off last year. Blaze right there just came down from Highway 281. I just road walked up here since I'd already walked the trail actually 2 or 3 times last time, trying to figure out what I was gonna do. So headed down. I actually, on the way up, I forgot to pick up some Kleenex because I've really wanted some. I needed them the past 3 days and didn't have any, so I just been blowing snot rockets everywhere. But I felt like Maid Marianberry was watching me and just looking with disgust at the snot. Well, I guess it was really water coming out of my nose all the time, because she was also had a runny nose and was wiping hers, but I didn't have anything to wipe mine on, so there was no wiping. But I stopped at the Dollar General in Heflin on the way here, and I didn't think about tissues then. I just picked up some more Motrin and a snack. I need a little caffeine. I was having struggles driving here, so got a little Dr. Pepper, drank that, and some hot tamales, and ate about half of that box and left that in the car. Hopefully something doesn't find it to be tasty and come visit the car. But so I went up to the Cheaha store and I picked up a cool Pinhoti sticker and a little pack of Kleenex. So hopefully 10 Kleenexes will last me for the 2 days to get to Heflin. But I did run into another hiker who was actually walking down from Cheaha. Apparently he stayed up there last night. So there's people out here. I saw a guy, vehicle parked with Florida Trail stickers on it too, so where I was parked. So I don't know if that means they started here. Oh, excuse me. Went north, or if they started somewhere south of here and they're coming back to the car. I don't know. But anyways, that's what's going on. So keep you up to date with what I end up doing. Like I said, I was looking at doing about 10 today, I think. So that's what's going on for now. I'll keep you up to date. Alright, so as you could probably see just from that little bit of clip, I lost audio here and I was not aware until I started to edit. So this is Blue Mountain Shelter. This is the only shelter on this section. I believe this is 7 and 8. So till you get to after FS 500, you'll get to Little Laurel Shelter. But at this point it was lightly drizzling. I had just run into another section hiker and I was trying to decide, A, put on rain gear, B, how far did I really want to go this day. So I was looking at going anywhere from 6 to 15-ish miles, I think was my thoughts. But I ended up hanging out here for just a little bit, took my pack off. I think I readjusted it a little bit and decided to head on out and just see where I ended up based on how fast I was moving. I did end up running into Bryce again after this. Apparently I spent that much time at the shelter that he was able to handle some stuff and then catch up to me. So we ended up walking together for the rest of the evening and set up camp together 8 miles from where I started. So we did set up right before the rain came in, and it was supposed to rain most of the night and then stop in the morning, and that is not what ends up happening, but you'll see what happens for tomorrow on Pinhoti Trail Day 5. But we ended up having a good time. This is a really nice shelter. It is a double-decker, and there is a picnic table that is not under the awning. It's out front, but there is some seating around here where you could sit and cook if needed, or just hang out and get out of the weather. So it is a nice little spot. It's only about 2 miles down from the road. So this was video from out looking out at the shelter. There's the picnic table I was talking about. Someone had a toy dinosaur on that, which I thought was interesting. But was just kind of looking out, and I remember noting that I was thinking, man, if you did stay here and it were going to be sunny in the morning, that this would probably be a really good place to see a sunrise. And I think that was mentioned in the logbook as well. But so I was just kind of looking out and looking around and seeing what was out here around the shelter, just kind of to give people an idea of what kind of you're looking at if you were to stay there. There's my pack all flopped over from where I took it off, so I think at this point I was stripping the cooey off because it was drizzly but not bad. The trees were catching most of the moisture. So this is, I think, right before I moved out of the shelter. Probably, I think it's right before I signed the log and then moved on. So I think I went around just to kind of look and see what was around here. This is just a quick little bit of trail time. I was walking along. I think I had let Bryce either get ahead of me or behind me, so just a little trail time. So this was the nightly wrap up. This is where I knew at this point, well, we've made 8 miles. That leaves me 18.6 for tomorrow, and then another 3.7 if I'm going to do the spur, which at this point I was very much planning on doing the spur. Little did I know at this point that it was going to end up raining again on Friday, even though it was only supposed to rain overnight. So we had tried to get a little fire going, but everything was too damp, and we didn't really try too hard. But we ended up settling in. Bryce was out hanging his bear bag, and it had started to, the rain had kind of come back. So I jumped in the tent, told him to good night, and I think it was maybe 7 at the latest, so it was going to be a solid 11 hours in the tent till I was going to be getting up. So I think I was kind of just running down what had happened for the day and my thoughts for day 5, how that was going to play out. So that's what we got.